Holy cow!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our campaign live streams. My name is Kat Abou-Ghazaleh. You might have been here last night for our emergency stream where we were raising money for the National Lawyers Guild. Always encourage people to support the NLG, but tonight we're supporting the campaign because guess what? In 50 days, we have the election. So before we bring on our wonderful guest, Paul F. Tompkins, we have a few announcements. I want to show y'all our schedule for this week. How do I minimize this? Nice. Yeah, I got it. It's fine. All right, so we got a bunch of fun events this week. We've got multiple office hours. We have one in Wilmette tomorrow morning before Canvas launches, and we also have a remote phone bank. I am going to be very real with you guys. If you want us to win, the best thing you can do besides donating is phone banking if you don't live in the area. If you do live in the area, it's knocking doors. It is texting your friends in Chicago right now that you know of this campaign and you think they should be involved and you think they should vote for them. So please do that. Please phone bank for us. You can join our Discord at discord.gg/catforillinois. On Tuesday, we're doing a business canvas. We have a bunch of business signs. We drop them off. We need your help doing that. We're also going to be at Nabila Cafe, and we're going to have tea. If any of y'all have had the tea at Nabila, you know it goes crazy. And then we're doing another phone bank. So please, please, please help us phone bank, help us text bank. Our text banks have been incredibly successful, as have our phone banks. We need your help. And please, we are doing text banking. Yes. Please volunteer at discord.gg/catforillinois. Donate at catforillinois.com/stream. On Wednesday, I have court. We have our next status hearing for my federal indictment, which is a fun sentence I didn't think I'd be saying, but here we are. So we are focusing on Canvas launches and phone banks. Please join us for those as well. On Thursday, we're doing a Westridge business canvas, going to businesses, dropping off signs. We also have our campaign HQ cleaning party. I will be there for the first hour, and then I'll be here on stream. And then we've got our phone bank. Guys, please, I'm saying this every time we bring up phone banking. We need your help. Like, I'm going to be so real. We need your help. We need your help to win this. And the best thing you can do is giving us time to reach people. So please help us phone bank.
Holy
Discord.gg/CatForIllinois. And you can also look at our events at catforillinois.com/events. Thank you, Donald A. If you want to donate, you can do so at catforillinois.com/stream. On Friday, we've got multiple Canvas launches. We've got one in Evanston, one in Skokie. Then we've got a coffee in Skokie as well. And then a remote phone bank. Phone bank for us, please. Pretty please. It'll make Heater so happy. It'll make Asha so happy. It'll make me so happy. And I bet it'll make Paul F. Tompkins happy too. Saturday, we got a Canvas launch. We've got office hours, which we're going to be knitting like we did this past weekend, where we knit clothes for people that need them. And then we've been endorsed by the Sunrise Movement, so we're doing a day of action. You can come to the office at noon and help us with that, help us knock doors, help us reach people. catforillinois.com/events or discord.gg/catforillinois. And then phone banking. Help us phone bank. Even if it's cold outside. Guess what? If you're phone banking, you don't have to go outside. Help us phone bank, help us text bank. And then finally, on Sunday, we are going to be doing 2 Canvas launches and a phone bank. So if you know anyone that has any questions for me, there are lots of opportunities to meet me this week. If you want to help us win, there are lots of opportunities to do that this week. The last thing before I bring our guest on, we have a new campaign ad. Let's watch it. And no, you're not mishearing anything. That's the whole ad. And we're putting that up starting tomorrow.
Holy cow.
Quick to the point way to get the point across of where we are and where we need to be. Okay, I need to be turned up. Okay, what about this? How do I sound now, guys? Better?
Holy cow.
Okay, awesome. And yes, our text banking is based in the Discord. So help us, discord.gg/catforillinois. All right, so let's bring on our guest today. Someone who's very funny, someone who I admire a lot, where did my Discord tab go? Did I X out of it? Am I dumb?
Holy cow.
Thank you, Kenneth C., for 32, our average donation. We have a goal of $4,000 today. Y'all asked for tea. Huh? Holy cow. It's down at like 20%.
Maybe turn down desktop audio, but you can't because that's...
Yeah. All right, so I'll just turn it down a lot. Okay. So we have our guest today, which is very exciting, Mr. Paul F. Tompkins. You might know him from BoJack Horseman. You might know him from Comedy Bang Bang. You might know him from Dropout. You might know his voice because he's on a lot of great shows and his voice is very funny. He's a very funny individual. I will watch him in literally anything he does, and he was generous enough to come on our stream. So I'm going to call him real quick. Thank you. I just choked on my spit. Here we go. Wait, one sec. Oh, I need to put on my mic. One sec.
Holy
Can y'all hear me?
cow.
I can.
I know you can hear me. Can you hear me, Asha? Stream can hear me? Awesome. Paul F. Tompkins. Can I call you Paul F. Tompkins?
Yeah. You may. It's happened.
Yeah. How are you today?
I'll answer to it. Yeah. I'm very well, thank you. I am just having a lovely, cozy time in Los Angeles, as we always do. It's very cozy here.
Well, that sounds nice. We have snow up to our knees here. I am trying to turn up my audio, guys. I don't know what happened. Asha, fix it. Producer Asha.
Oh, hi, Asha.
It's fine. Sorry, I look insane today.
He says hi.
Hi.
Is it hide in mixer? Oop. Yay.
All the way up.
Asha fixes it. Yay. All right. How do you feel about ice? Do you like ice?
Okay, now I've just been hearing about these guys this afternoon, and I don't like the sound of it.
Oh yeah, just this afternoon.
Yeah, somebody told me, hey, you gotta check this out. It's bad news, and I'm inclined to agree. I think it's bad.
You think it's bad?
I think those guys are no good.
You don't like
Yeah,
executions
yeah.
in the street? You don't like that?
You know what? I never thought about it before, and now I'm thinking I don't think I like them. I think I'm against them.
Um, so why would you come on a stream like this? So you're against ICE. I'm guessing that's part of it. But do you
Yes.
think of anything else in politics? Do you think about like I don't know, uh, Watergate?
Obviously, Watergate is never far from my thoughts. I mean,
Never
I think
forget.
about it. I think about it all the time. Okay, confession time. I started the alt Watergate account on Twitter. That was me. Now I'm Rogue Watergate on Blue Sky. I'm tweeting as someone from the hotel. Um, yeah, I mean, it's like this is definitely a can't look away kind of time. I'm annoyed that I was born at the time that I was, which means I have to be alive for this time in our nation's history.
But then you
But
couldn't eat
what's kind of
Feastables, Mr. Beast's snacks. If you weren't alive right now, you couldn't have Feastables.
okay? Who who told you that I eat Feastables for every meal? Because that was in the pre-interview, and I thought that was off the record. But yes, I eat Feastables breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And no, I won't share them because in order to get them, I had to pass several trials.
We have a volunteer who was on Beast Games. Yeah, we have a volunteer who
Really?
was on Beast Games. Yeah, he did.
How did they
something-
do?
He didn't win, but he like did something heroic or brave. I don't remember really. Honestly, if you're that volunteer, I'm so sorry I don't remember your story, but I do know you were on Beast Games, and I do remember that. Yeah. So for those who, a lot of people, because we're a very online audience here on the Cat for Illinois streams, know who you are. Of course, BoJack Horseman, Comedy Bang Bang, Dropout. I've shown your Groundhog Day Smarty Pants episode to holy cow, Brian J. Thank you for $150. Smarty Pants episode to approximately 5 million people. But I think what my partner and I really wanted to stress is we're fundraising here, and we were wondering if your character Tony Alimony would have any thoughts on fundraising and if he would be pro donating to the Cat for Illinois campaign.
Okay, now this is tough because Alimony Tony is a character
Sorry,
who.
Alimony Tony. I've had a long day.
That's all right. That's all right. He would get it. He loves paying alimony. That I have not explored what else he spends his money on. So this is the opportunity to do some character building to add to the lore.
Some lore
And perhaps
building,
he's
I love
getting involved. Yeah, he's independently wealthy because his mother invented gaseous paper. So perhaps he's now interested in progressive politics.
Look, what is alimony or what is a political donation if not alimony from the establishment? If you're donating to a grassroots campaign, that's what I'm saying.
Come on, there it is, folks. There it is. You're paying alimony to your ex-wife, America. You're trying to support her the best way you know how, in the manner to which she's become accustomed.
Someone just
So
said
far,
he-
alimony Tony's only.
No,
Sorry,
please,
go ahead.
Please.
So far, Alimony Tony's only stated interest is composing song parodies under the YouTube name of Weirdamony Alimony Tony, but he could add a second interest in fighting for democracy. So I'm going to explore that
Yeah, you
in the
gotta
next
explore
Comedy
it.
Bang Bang episode.
I really like having
Yeah.
bits that just you have to keep track of everything, where it's like, it's almost like an index. This is really stupid, but it's honestly very fun for anyone watching this. Sometimes my partner will say, do you know this thing? Like, say, dirt. And I'll be like, no, I don't know that because how would I? So the one thing that we do know is that we know dogs. So you start from dogs and go from there. But you also have to remember all of the other times we've done this bit. So, like, sometimes, like, O.J. Simpson will be involved. So I do know O.J. Simpson. I do know dogs. And after this, I'll know dirt. It's fun. It's fun. It's a chore, and that's what makes it good.
Well, knowledge is powerful, and it's great to learn. And it's not scary like you think, although sometimes it is scary.
Sometimes, but not often. Have you ever thought
Yeah.
about running for office?
Oh my God, no.
Have you ever thought about being the president?
No, of course I thought about that. Just not running for office.
What do you want to be when you were a little kid, when you grew up?
I thought about the line of succession, King Ralph style, and what it would take, how many people would have to die in order for me to become
Holy
president.
cow.
And it's a lot of people. It's really a lot of
It's
people.
a lot of people. I think
I
pretty
was
much
on student,
everyone.
yeah, I was on student council in high school, so I think that's my in. Um, when I was a little kid, I wanted to be a stuntman, and so I spent a lot of time jumping off of things.
Did you break any
And now I'm
bones?
happy to report that even I've never broken a
Oh,
bone.
you're one of those people. Oh,
Yeah, but you know what? Never say never. It's entirely possible.
have you heard about bone smashing?
Is this dirty?
No, 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 no. It does sound like it though.
This is not NSFW.
No, no, no. This is like weird incel shit where you smash your bones to make them stronger because when they heal, they're stronger. So if you want really strong bones, you just keep breaking them. Bone smash so you can look smacks.
But that can't be true,
Looks-
right? Your
no, it
bones
is.
are not
Look-
stronger if
look
you break them.
smaxing.
It is?
By bone smashing is what we're all trying to do. So that way we can be Chads and get all the Stacys.
Does that include breaking your cheekbones?
Maybe. One way to find out.
You're okay. I see what you're doing, and it's not going to work. I've been tricked into a lot of things. I've been Tom Sawyered by the best of them, but I'm not going to smash my cheekbones right now on camera.
Go get the hammer.
Will I try it after we sign off? Yes, of course I will.
Yeah, I think that it's all the incel lore is like really interesting. Just how many of them are really focused on being like this very, very heterosexual version of hot. And by heterosexual, I mean like they just think so much about the same gender, when really all women want is to like laugh and have a guy that closes the dishwasher. And I say that as someone who doesn't close the dishwasher. Yeah. Hey, Asha, I don't need this right now. Someone needs to close it for me.
Well, I still think that the way to get quality females is to break as many bones as possible. Now that I think about it, it does make sense. I also think probably trying to get as many viruses and diseases as possible to make your immune system
That's a
stronger.
really good point. That's a really good point. I think we could all say that vaccines are not the way to do that. It's exposing your children to deadly viruses.
I'm not a loser who's going to allow a beta person to stick me with a needle. I stick people with needles, okay? As an alpha, I'm the needle guy. I'm the needler.
I thought as
Where
an
are my
alpha,
Halo
you'd be
fans
smashing
at?
people's bones.
I would be well,
But then you make them stronger.
yeah, I
by the
guess
end.
I'd be smashing. Yeah,
Smash your own bones, stick
it's
other
tough.
people's needles. It's so complicated.
you have to. It depends. When other people's bones are in play, you have to decide very carefully which bones to smash. What bones are not going to help them become stronger? What bones are not going to look smacks for them? A kneecap? You know what I mean?
I don't know. You can have a really sexy kneecap. Also, I just want you to know that people love you. We've raised almost $1,000 in 10 minutes. And also, what I was going to say earlier is someone said you've risen 10 feet in esteem, but I'm just going to take out in esteem, you're 10 feet tall now, or however tall you are, plus 10 feet.
That would be, of course, what I yearn for is to look like that one super tall guy from It Follows. When I saw that guy on screen, I was like,
That's what women want.
you know what? That's something I want to achieve. I want to be ducking all the time. That's what I want.
I think part of the problem with politics is politicians don't know how to do bits. And also, I think that is the core of the problem of our democracy. They don't appreciate, they're not people. Like, when I launched my campaign, there's a picture on my Instagram of me in a Charizard onesie and high heels for my senior pictures for college because I took them before the pandemic and then I couldn't get actual senior pictures. And like a bunch of people on the right flipped the fuck out and they were like, this whore in a Pokemon onesie. Like it was unbelievable. And we raised like $10,000 off of it immediately. And I think that's the issue here is we have no personality in politics because who wants to hang out with Ted Cruz? My grandmother, who was a Republican operative in Texas, had a stroke in 2015, woke up during the Republican primaries, Like she had it in 2015 during the Republican primaries. Woke up, first thing she said was Ted Cruz was born in Canada, so he can't be president. I don't know where I'm going with this. I just want to share that because I hate Ted Cruz. And once again, he is in a warm place while his state is freezing over. Holy cow. We've had so many incredible donations. The dudes are showing up for this one. The guys love. What would you say is your like main audience besides white men?
Besides white men?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
White women? Girlfriends of white men who are introduced to me against their will. From just like I think my audience besides white men is probably women who their boyfriends have Noriega style just played podcasts over and over again until they surrender.
I was gonna say no, and then I remembered that my college boyfriend showed me BoJack Horseman, so I can't really say that.
What a college boyfriend thing to do, right?
I know. We just played D&D for our D&D stream because Brandon Lee Mulligan came on, and we raised enough for Asha to DM. And I was saying that the only time I've ever played D&D was with that college boyfriend and his roommates, and his roommate would DM and constantly like just tell me what I was doing, and there were no women in the room, and this was so much more fun. Anyways, very college boyfriend. Yes.
I hope my audience is more diverse than I imagine. I mean,
you're on Dropout. It's like
the
all
people that I
queers.
meet after
I say
shows.
as one.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. There's not a binary amongst them.
We were the only poll, like when we did our poll, to include non-binary in there, and I can say we are dominating in non-binary voters, and we love all our babies. We can say that for the bottom of our heart. Asha's nodding. She went amen. All right, guys, drop questions in the chat. In the meantime, I want to ask, what's the best thing you did this week, or someone did to you, or you did to someone?
Boy, if I don't have an answer for this, it looks bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I look like a bad person. I really gotta.
It doesn't
really
have to be like
bear
this,
down
like
and
morally.
think about
I'm
this.
just saying, like,
Oh, thank
did anything
Christ.
good happen? Like, did you set someone on fire? Was that really fun for you?
You know what? Last night was actually my favorite night of the week. We have a friend staying with us for a little while, and so it's been sort of slumber party-y around our house. And last night we got good old fashioned one drink too many, and we're just yelling about politics and the state of the world. And it was
Awesome.
that kind of yelling where you're all agreeing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was really cathartic, really fun. It's something that I hadn't done in a while, and it felt very good. Like right now, being inspired by the Ewokian citizens of Minneapolis and how they are standing up to oppression and not backing down is so inspiring, and it really makes you feel like you can do that too. When you see it and you realize that you care more about your neighbors than you thought. Like it's something you take for granted, but then when you see this kind of thing in action, you're like, wait, man, I fucking love my neighborhood. I love these people that I see, even people that I might see all the time but never have a conversation with. Like, we live in the same place. We care about this place that we live. It's like I could get choked up thinking about it. It's really a beautiful thing to see, and it really makes me feel that we're gonna win. Yeah. And that that there's I felt for a long time that there's more of us than there are of them, and they just love guns more, but it's not like there's people like us that don't love guns. They're out there too. So I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I can't see the future. I'm not going to foretell any doom. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy either, but I really like our chances, man. I really like the way that people are reacting to this is the way we're being tested. And so far people are passing the test. It's a really wonderful thing to see.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much you were exposed to ICE when they were, rampaging in LA. Like the shitty thing is they've just escalated from city to city, like they did LA, then they did Chicago, and now it's Minneapolis, and it's just gotten worse and worse each time, and like that's the point. But like, I mean, I was just telling chat that I have my next status hearing in my federal indictment on Wednesday, which is what a sentence. And it's through all of this though, I've just been so amazed at the community. Like, I'm part of this generation that like we started to not really talk to our neighbors. Like, I had one house I lived in growing up where like we talked to our neighbors, but besides that, like we weren't allowed to play in the front yard because like stranger danger, someone's gonna kidnap you, I guess.
Yeah.
And like then, you know, 2 men got abducted on the corner of the street by our campaign office, and 400 people showed up the next day, not to just like hold signs and yell, which like is good, but to like sign up for school watches, to get whistles, to sign up for patrols, to join signal groups. Like, it's so fucking sick. And like when I was thrown on my ass, I remember immediately 2 people picked me up, and like my hand was really jacked up. Like, honestly, that was the thing that hurt the most. And immediately like fixed my hand up for me. Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of us have felt really isolated from each other, especially since COVID. And
Absolutely.
I would like this to not be just like how, as a Palestinian person, also just as a human, I'd like the deaths of thousands of civilians, tens of thousands of civilians, to not be the reason people care about Palestinians. But like, we're here, so it doesn't matter the impetus. We're here.
And I think it's also you know, like to keep in mind that, you know, some people are going to get there when they get there, you know. And for me, my sort of awakening was definitely after the 2016 election. I've been raised as a Democrat, voted Democrat all my life, and I thought that's kind of all there was to it. You know what? Loved Hillary Clinton. But I really did think like, oh, it's just the two sides and that's it. And then after that, I started talking online with leftists, and there were some people that were, of course, there were people that were just looking to dunk. We were all doing that back then, but there were some people that took the time to talk to me calmly and respectfully, and it made me look at my values. Okay, what do I believe in? And it turns out the things that I believed in were the same things that they believed in. The things that I wanted for society were the same things they wanted. I just was looking at it from a place of labeling, and I wanted it to be simple and compact. And the reality is it's not. And the things that we want to improve society, it's going to take a lot of people. It's going to take a lot of time, but it's worth it. I mean, it's worth fighting for something that's not just, you know, let's get little incremental things here and there. And I mean, we tried that, and then we slid so far back because it wasn't enough, you know. And I think it's time, especially now as things are burning down, that the rebuilding has to be swing for the fucking fences. We got to go for it. We got to really go for it and say, look, this is playing the old politics is not it's not an option anymore. It's just not an option anymore. Yeah. You're not gonna Gavin Newsom your way into making the world right again. It's just not going to happen. Like, we got to fucking go for it.
Yeah.
And now is the time. Why not? You know,
like, if not
now, then when?
Exactly. I'm so sick of this. Like part of it for me, cause like I grew up conservative, and then like around 2015, I, first off, Trump and all of my family were like, oh no. And then we were like, maybe Marco Rubio's the answer. And then, I had friends who couldn't afford to go to college despite being smarter than me. Also, we have 30 minutes left with Paul of Tompkins. Donate capfreeillinois.com/stream if you want to be supportive of Paul of Tompkins by being supportive of the campaign. I think I can say that.
Yes, we're splitting the money 50-50, which is great. That's my understanding anyway.
It's 50-50, and then his 50 comes to the campaign. So that's how it works.
Okay. I missed that. Okay.
But like, so then I was going from there to like this more like moderate liberal stance of like realizing that my values didn't align with the Republican Party. Like, my parents wouldn't have used this word back then, but I was raised in like a super feminist household. Like, I'm a mixed kid, like all of this stuff. And then I was like around 18, I guess, I was like, why do we just have this assumption that everything has to be bad? Because I'd be like, we can't afford universal health care. Where are we going to find the money? I don't know. We're the richest country in the world, and we're the only one of our peer countries that don't do this. Also, someone does have a great question for you. From Guys My on Twitch, my purely Paul F. Tompkins question would be, if you were going to do a horror movie like Robin Williams did 1 Hour Photo, what do you think the premise would be?
I would love to do a horror movie. I wish I could have been in that movie with that dog, the good boy. I would have proudly been out of focus next to a beautiful dog for 90
I really
minutes.
want to see that movie.
It's great. And guess what? That dog is fucking good, man.
So my cat doesn't
he won an award.
I know. My cat doesn't like other cats. Like, we got her because she had like human thoughts and was kind of like quiet, and we were like, oh, we just want to like give her a good home because she's been in the shelter forever, and we figure she'll never talk to us. And then immediately she was like so happy and so snuggly, and she was like, thank you for getting me away from them. But she loves dogs. Like, she thinks they are celebrities. She sees them on TV. She immediately hops up to the TV. We went to the emergency vet once, and there was like this big like epitome of like a giant golden retriever there, and like she had pancreatitis. She was not having a great time, but the entire time she was just like, look at that celebrity, look at that celeb, I love him. So I think she would like watching this movie. She's so cute.
I would love to do the story of H.H. Holmes, the guy who built the murder castle during the he was chronicled in the book The Devil in the White City. I mean, that would be a dream role, to be somebody that insane. Also, I just had this idea off the top of my head. I would love to do a period piece where it's like, I was thinking the other day how there's no sort of media that I've ever seen about the 1918 Spanish flu epidemic. That's what it was, right? 1918?
Yeah.
Because like in the wake of COVID, there were all these like people tried to do like a COVID movie or something, and it's sort of like I don't want to see that. It just happened. I don't want to see that. And somebody asked somebody
like,
like
relate to it. You know what I mean? Like, somebody I want to like read The Stand.
Yeah. Somebody asked like a person who was around for the 1918 epidemic, how come there weren't any books or whatever about that? It's like nobody wanted to. We didn't want to talk about it. Nobody wanted to revisit that. You know, and so I think like somebody who is a killer, who is functioning during that time, would be kind of interesting if he's somehow making the deaths seem like they are the flu, but they're not.
Yeah.
And so it's like early forensic medicine and somebody who has to figure this out.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of fun.
That's sick. I think for me, it would be, no one asked, but I'm going to say it anyways. I think like the history of like modern Japanese cinema is really interesting, especially because like the Western world just kind of ignores the fact that we dropped 2 nuclear bombs on Japan, which is insane. And of course still scars the country. Like every single like big piece of like popular Japanese like anime, for instance, usually has like references to that, because obviously it's a nuclear bomb. It's 2 of them. And that's actually, I learned this from our field director, Andre, who loves Godzilla. Godzilla was like, got through censors because the Americans were like, you can't talk about that. But it was like this movie about this dinosaur, and it was supposed to be pretty much like a depiction of what it looked like with like radiation poisoning and the horror of it. And like for the first time, because everyone just kind of ignored it and like buried it down, it was like, wow, I'm being represented by this dinosaur that breathes fire. And I think that it would be really cool to like do like an actual horror movie about like nuclear fallout, but like less like threads and more like the original Godzilla movie. I don't know. But they're remaking Threads, so that'll be depressing. I don't know if you ever watched that, but it's rough.
Do
you know what I'm talking about?
Because I've heard that it's rough. Yes, I do. Yes.
Yeah, like at the end, like
that's one of those.
Do you want spoilers?
It's one of those movies that you have to like. Sure, because I think it's a movie you have to stumble upon. It's not a movie that somebody says you should watch this. Here's what it's about. Like, I gotta tell you, dude, I'm never gonna be in the mood to see that movie.
Yeah, I can't
That's just
remember.
never
Like,
going to
I
happen.
think I found it like on YouTube. Like, it was just there, and I was like, I guess I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I remember at the end looked up the thing just to make sure. A decade later, Britain's surviving population has dropped to 4 to 11 million, similar to that of the Middle Ages. Ruth and her daughter Jane work the fields. Most of the adult survivors have elective mutism, fetal radiation exposure, and the absence of organized schooling. Many of the children speak non-standard English, so they like speak this weird pidgin language in there. Ruth dies in bed, prematurely aged and blinded by cataracts. She's survived by Jane, her daughter, who stands by her bed as she dies, takes the last of Ruth's possessions. And then 3 years later, Jane and two boys are caught stealing food. One of the boys is shot dead, while Jane and the other boys engage in a struggle for food that degenerates into sex. She then later gives birth. The nurse wraps the silent baby in a bloody sheet and gives it to Jane, who looks at it in horror. And that's where the movie ends. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, this was a TV movie made in Britain to show like very realistic depictions of what like global nuclear war would look like, to like horrify people because it's during the Cold War. Anyways, there you go. Spoilers.
Yeah. I mean, I barely made it alive through Hamnet. There's no way I'm going to watch this movie.
What's your favorite movie?
At the moment, I think it's Miller's Crossing.
Okay, I've never seen it.
Yeah. I realized I used to have it used to be kind of a static thing for me, and then I realized I think that it is a thing that changes over the years, depending on like because when you revisit a movie at different points in your life, like for the longest time, Jaws was my favorite movie, and then the last time I watched it, it was, and I've seen it so
Just
many
didn't hit
times,
the same time.
and then it was weird. The last time I watched it, it didn't quite have the same effect on me
Huh.
that it had before. I saw it a little bit differently, and I was very frustrated by the character of Quint, who used to be a fun character all the other times I watched it, and now he's just a fucking dick. Like this guy's the worst. He
does
makes
suck.
horrible decisions. He ruins everything. He ruins everything. And it changed. It sort of changed the movie for me a little bit.
This is how, and I'm going to say this unpopular take again that's going to lose me the election, but this is how I feel about Forrest Gump. It's very well acted. It's very well acted. This is not a hate on any of the performances. It's like, it's a fun movie to watch. I think the main reason that it is considered like one of the greatest movies is because like an older generation is like, I was there for that, and
Yes.
gets to point at the screen a bunch. But I rewatched it as an adult, and the message I got from it is if you constantly listen to authority and you never question it, you will have all of your dreams come true and become a bajillionaire. And then if you are anti-war, support the Black Panthers, and are a sexually liberated woman, you will be very depressed and die of AIDS. Like that was what I got from it. And I really tried to look at it as anything but nostalgia bait. But yeah, it's Jenny deserved better.
It's so funny when a movie like that becomes like a huge phenomenon and then it wears off after a while. Like I saw that movie way after it was in theaters and everybody was talking about it and won the Oscar and everything. And I saw it, I was like, this is a fucking goofy ass movie, man. This is ridiculous. Because enough time had passed
What's up with the feather?
that I could look at it, in a way like, Crash or something like that, where at the time it has the stranglehold on
Don't
people.
even get me started on. I watched that one time, and I like the first time I watched it, I was like, "This is an awful movie. How did people like this movie?
Terrible.
It's not a good movie.
It's
also,
terrible.
it's racist.
No.
It's a racist
No,
movie.
it's the most racist, anti-racist movie you've ever seen. But I think that there is like a sort of like a fog of war effect with certain movies where everyone just kind of agrees, and then you take some time off. I think we can all agree that Forrest Gump is a dumb movie. You don't have to hold it in any reverence anymore. You can be free.
No, and like that's the thing. I completely agree, and I hate when people are like, I have to. And also, you can just like the movie. It's totally fine to just like the movie. But when people get like personally offended by me being like, look, it's a fucking Reagan movie, and that's fine. That's fine. And the acting
100%.
is amazing. The acting is amazing.
Of course it is.
Someone said
The
Crash is
effects are
Hollywood's
amazing.
cynical attempt to get do the right things audience. That is so accurate. Wow. Yeah, Crash sucks. Horrible movie. I hate that movie. I will not apologize. I won't even like equivocate on that one. If you like Crash, I am judging you a little bit. Brokeback Mountain was robbed. What was the best movie you saw last year?
Oh man. I guess it can. Yeah, I saw it last year. Probably One Battle After Another,
That's fine.
and before
Holy cow,
that, in the
Jefferson W.
theater.
Thank you for $150. Donate at
Thank you,
CapRaIllinois.com/train.
Jefferson W. Um, Before that, Weapons. I really loved Weapons. I'm glad I saw it in the theater.
And also Sinners. Like it was last year was a great year for
Oh my
movies.
God, yes.
Also, Barbenheimer's summer was a great year for movies, not just Barbie and Oppenheimer. But yeah, last year was a really great year for movies. I loved One Battle After Another, though. We went to go see it the week after after that video of me getting thrown went like super viral, and we didn't know what it was about because all of our friends were just like, "You have to see it," and so we just like went in blind and we sat down, and it just opens on an ice facility, and my partner was like, "I'm really sorry," and then we were good in like 10 minutes. It's fine.
All you knew going in was it's about at least two battles.
Yeah, at least two battles because
That's
there's
the only
one that's
information you
after
have.
another.
Yes.
And I
Then
also
it leaves
knew
you hanging.
Leonardo DiCaprio was in it. And the thing is all the
Yeah.
trailers, 'cause I saw a lot of the trailers. I love going to the theater. And all of the trailers made it seem like this was some weird, like, either woke or anti-woke movie because they kept keeping in this line where Leonardo DiCaprio was talking about, like, the pronouns of his daughter's friend. And I was like, I don't want to watch that. How was the trailer so bad for such a good movie?
Yeah. I'm grateful that I never saw a trailer for it.
Congratulations.
It was one of those. I do that every once in a while with a movie if I really want to see it. That I will avoid absolutely everything that I can about it, so I can go in knowing zero. You know, if it seems intriguing to me, as soon as I learn the part that makes it intriguing, then I remain ignorant as far as I can. So I did not see that. Thank God. I also saw it at the Vista, which is a wonderful movie theater here in LA that has been refurbished by noted actor criticizer Quentin Tarantino. And this was a very special screening where it was in CinemaScope. I don't know what CinemaScope is. They explain to you what CinemaScope is. Whenever they do this,
Can you explain to me what
I know there's
CinemaScope
people.
is?
I can't. It's more square. It goes this way instead of this way.
That's crazy. That's
Like,
crazy.
this shit, like, honestly, I don't get it. I never get it. And I know there's people around me like, oh my God, we're seeing this in CinemaScope, and I'm very happy for them, and I'm glad I'm getting to see it that way, I guess. But you would be gun to my head. I couldn't tell you what the difference is with any of this stuff.
Can I be so real
I feel
here?
bad about it.
That's how I feel about the ones that are like AMC and laser, and I don't know the difference. And then sometimes I don't pick the one that's laser, and then it'll still say laser on the screen when I get there, and I just pick the one that has heated chairs.
I don't even know what laser is.
I don't know.
What's laser?
I feel so. I love movies so much, but I feel like a very bad cinephile because I just want to know lore. I just want to watch a fun movie. I just want to be like, damn, that was great. And yeah, AMC has heated chairs in a lot of them. It's great. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
I like movies that am fun. I like movies that am fun and good.
I like food.
That's my approach to movies. Yeah.
Do you watch sci-fi at all?
I do. Yeah.
I am really excited this year. I know we're just talking about movies, but who cares? I'm really excited for one of my favorite books is getting adapted to film, starring Ryan Gosling. Project Hail Mary, and it is coming out like the week of election.
I just heard about this.
I highly recommend if you. Apparently, the audiobook is incredible, but if you are a reader, it's the same guy that wrote. Yeah, it's the same guy that wrote The Martian. It is such a fun book. Like you'll have every single sentence is like such a fun ride, and then by the end, you will ugly cry, but like it's worth it. Like it's very very fun, and I cannot wait for it to come out. I trust Ryan Gosling to do the character justice. Rocky is my favorite character, maybe of all sci-fi books. So yeah, highly recommend.
Sold.
That's also another one where the
Thank
trailer
you for the
did not give it justice, but I know the movie will. I hope it will. I don't know. We got 20 minutes. What do you want to talk about, man? People didn't leave that many questions in the chat for you. They know everything about you.
I'm on too many microphones. Is the problem. I have nothing left. There's absolutely nothing left.
That's how I feel sometimes. I'm like, how do y'all come back on here to listen to me talk? Why would you listen to me talk?
Are you watching Pluribus?
No, I don't watch things because I'm running for Congress. I'm doing stuff.
Holy cow.
I hear you.
Yeah,
I hear
you
you.
should try running for
That's a great
Congress, and I'll watch Pluribus. We
Well, then I
trade.
can't. Oh wait, we're gonna trade. We're gonna Freaky Friday.
We're gonna Freaky Friday. Um, it's gonna be cool. Also, wait,
There's one thing
oh, please.
I have a message for someone that you might know,
Okay.
and if you can get this to them, I was gifted a print
Oh
subscription
my
to
God, I
The
knew you were gonna
Onion,
say that.
which I used to have many years ago, and it was exciting to get it again. My last name is misspelled on
Did they spell it
the
with an H?
address label. They did. They
Ben,
did.
I know you're watching
And
this. I know you're watching this.
I don't know who that is, but it's something that it's a knife in my heart every time it arrives. I look at it and I have to lie down. It's a sense of betrayal. And look, the Onion owes me nothing. I've enjoyed the Onion so many years now. The Onion owes me nothing. If anything, I owe the Onion for all the entertainment. But when
Look,
I see that age,
I might have to break up with Ben over this. Which, once again, you don't know who
I,
that
I
is.
again, I don't know who that is, but I don't. I certainly want to cause strife in your family.
um, yeah, that's devastating. That's devastating. I take advantage of all of my Nepo perks here by getting free onions whenever I want by just saying, "Hey,
There
bring
you
them
go.
home." And now we have too many onions, but it's great when you're wrapping presents for Christmas. Um, someone did
That's
ask.
fun because then you can read the fun articles while you're unwrapping the present,
No,
and you're having fun doing a
I
chore.
love wrapping presents. Wrapping presents is so fun for me. Like I ask
Are you
people,
good at it?
I'm very, very good at it. My mom taught me how to do
Okay.
it very well. Her mom used to wrap presents at Neiman's. And so we're like
Mm-hmm.
very good at wrapping presents. Anyone that's gotten a present from me that's wrapped, except this year because I didn't wrap any presents.
Mm-hmm.
Knows they're good. And no one in the chat can do that
Because you're running for
no one
Congress.
because I'm running for Congress. The amount of times where I just like now tell people I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm doing stuff. Contact me later. But someone did ask, is there a podcast that you haven't been on, despite you being on every podcast in the world, that you would like to be on? And
Ooh.
why is it the Joe Rogan Experience? That's my question. I added that one.
What would I do on that show? It's wild to think. Like if somehow I ended up on that show,
Bone Smash.
I guess I'd bone smash with Joe. I'd say, Joe, let's do this.
Holy
Oh yeah.
Let's have our glow up right
Holy
now.
cow, Christopher
Let's
K,
smash
thank you
each
for
other's cheekbones.
$200. Paul F. Tompkins will smash
Dang,
your
Christopher
cheekbones.
K.
If you want. If you
If
want.
you look,
If you want to be
if
an
you
alpha.
want, if you've got disposable income and you want to be an alpha and you want me to smash your cheekbone with a ball peen hammer, I'll do it. And the price is $200.
Donating to CalipForIllinois.com/stream, which 50% goes to Paul, but then comes back to us. So
Yes.
you guys know what to do to get your cheekbones smashed with a hammer.
And it's $200 per cheekbone. I'm not going to do both for two.
Just one side of your face is going to be kind of fucked up, but then it's going to be stronger than ever.
See how it looks before you decide on the other one.
APAC is going to clip this whole thing and be like, Kat Abugazale wants to fucking smash your cheekbones. And once again, sorry you can't do bits. We actually, do you think I can mention it?
Which thing?
The VO?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, never mind.
Because it's not done yet. Sorry.
What
It's
the
not
fuck?
done yet. Okay, I'm going to send it to you, but you can't say it out loud.
That's not what
So you can make everyone feel like they were left out. I promise I'll tell y'all when we can.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you play video games?
I do play video games. I'm in a fallow period right now. I go in and out of them.
Mhm.
I don't have a game that I'm into right now, and I'm open to recommendations.
I play games on stream, but they're like pretty much all cozy games because I'm doing stuff and I want to I don't know, escape.
What's your favorite cozy game?
Favorite cozy game? Oh, I think probably right now Balatro doesn't really count as a cozy game, but Balatro, I've been playing a lot of Balatro. I really love. Why am I forgetting every game I've ever played? Asha.
You play a lot of Hades too.
I play a lot of Hades 2, which also isn't a cozy game. I know I'm not proving myself right now. Probably House Flipper. I play a lot of House Flipper.
House
Played a lot of House
Flipper.
Flipper. It's fun, and it has like you can design little houses, and it's great. I'll never own a house, so I play it on House Flipper. Sorry. Do you own your house? Are you a homeowner?
I am a homeowner. Yes,
Wow.
I managed
Look
to
at Mr.
own a home.
Moneybags
Yes,
over
I know.
here.
I would be if I lived anywhere other than Los Angeles, I'd be rich.
Someone said Coral Island is a solid cozy game. It is, but it's like a little too close to Stardew, and also it uses so much processing power that it will deplete my Steam Deck's battery in literally an hour. So I took it off my Steam Deck. DonutCaffreyIllinois.com.
You know what's sort of a cozy game for me is Red Dead Redemption 2
Is that a
because
cozy game for you?
for the open world aspect of it, yeah, where you can just go anywhere, you ride the horse. Like it made me that there was something about that game, I think because I was playing it during lockdown, like late into the night, and it was so something somehow reassuring to me because you like the idea that you had to bond with the horse and then eventually you achieve maximum bonding with the horse. That fucking game, I've never cried at a video game before, but in the end of the story, towards the end of the story, your horse dies, and then
Spoilers.
your character, it's just spoiler. Look, guys, what are we doing? You've had time. But the character, they're in the midst of running away. They're being chased, and they're in the midst of running away, and the horse dies. And then your character says, "Hold on a second," and then he goes and he pets the horse and he says, "Thank you" to the horse. And it's 2 a.m. and I start crying. Playing this game, like it got out of nowhere. Why were they doing this to me? It's such a beautiful moment.
That's how I felt
It
about
really got me.
the Breath of the Wild DLC, or really just like all of Breath of the Wild, especially Rivali. I'm not sure if you ever played it, but it's I straight up cried at like seeing all of the hero spirits like come back together. Someone said horse meat is delicious in the chat. Cool.
Okay, come on.
Someone said they're crying. Now picturing you crying. Are you happy? Are you pleased with yourself?
You know what? I kind of do like that. I don't hate it.
What was I? Oh, yeah, we have so many amazing volunteers, which by the way, you can volunteer for us at discord.gg/cat4illinois. We need your help phone banking, please. But we have so many amazing volunteers that like we have this Discord, and I don't understand why more campaigns don't mobilize with it. Although people have seen ours and now we're doing it, which is great. And like we did a show at the Laugh Factory, and my set relied on a projector, and their projector broke, and so we like sent a message being like, can someone bring a projector? And it was there in like 10 minutes. It was like magic. Our balls are great.
Love it.
But for July 4th parades, we saw an option for one of them that we could ride a horse, and we didn't think about whether or not that would be a good idea before we just like immediately sent a message in our Discord. Keep in mind, I'm running in like Chicago, Evanston, Skokie. Like we're not in like it goes to rural areas, but like still.
Yeah.
And but we were like, might as well ask. Immediately had like 4 volunteers that were like, yeah, I have a horse you can borrow. And that's the magic of this campaign. We are not funded by big corporations or billionaires or APAC, but we can still have access to horses.
Not many campaigns can say that, Kat.
Not many campaigns can say that. Not many campaigns
Not
can
many
also say
campaigns.
they have as many $69 donations as we do.
God bless people. God bless
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Just people being people. It's really wonderful. I think this is such going on this forum, I think is such a great idea. I think it's really smart and a cool way to connect with people. And to me, it gives me hope about how things can be, and how we can connect. And because we have so many different ways to connect, I think, one of the beautiful things about modern society is that you can find your people Unfortunately, that means bad people can find their people as well. It's a double-edged sword. But don't forget that means that good people can find other good people as well.
Yeah.
And again, there's more of us than there are of them.
And we're all bad
Um,
here. This is the
so
bad people stream.
yeah.
Because we like rights and
Holy cow.
healthcare. Christopher V was 69.
Hey, maybe
Nice.
that. Sorry if it's not cool to like rights. I'm joking around. It is a cool thing.
It's so cool. Yeah, I mean, do you know what like call time is?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's where like politicians spend all
Maybe
their
I
time.
don't.
Okay, so it's like this is how
No, I
politicians
don't
get
know what this is. I know it as a different phrase.
Oh yeah, that's a different yeah, in LA, yeah. So basically this is the reason we did the streams in the first place is when you want to run for office, it doesn't matter what also someone said if you run out of podcast to guest on, you can start joining people's Twitch channels. Just want to throw that out there. But when you run for any office, the first thing you'll be asked while you're setting up campaign infrastructure is how many people can you call on day one to get a max donation? And then a lot of people won't work for you if that answer is like very few or zero, which it was for me. But fuck it, we ball. But most politicians or like candidates certainly spend like 40 to 80 hours a week literally sitting in a room and calling lists of extremely rich people and begging for money. And everyone hates doing it. The people doing it hate it. The people getting the calls hate it. No one's having a good time. And if you ask, why do we have to do this? They say, well, it's what you do. Because like maybe someone will sometimes you could make $0 or like $100. Sometimes you could make like $20,000. Who knows? But it sucks. And you could be doing literally anything else. So we started doing these streams instead, which when you donate at catforillinois.com/stream, you help us not do call time and cater to the rich. Instead, we get to talk about shit and laugh about fucking up cheekbones with hammers and also answer questions. Like last night, we raised a bunch of money for the National Lawyers Guild in Minnesota for an emergency stream. And it's also like 6 hours rather than 80 hours because we do it like 2-3 times a week. And then I can spend that time doing literally anything else besides begging rich people for money, which I think is cool. I don't know if you're
I think that's
people
cool.
for money. It sucks.
That's kind of my line of work. So yeah, in a sense, yeah, that's what show business is.
Someone
it's
asked,
a
were you
lot of
doing
begging rich
stand-up in
people for money.
2015?
You know what? I don't think that I was. I took like a long break from stand up, and I think it was around that time. Actually, I started
Okay.
doing an improv podcast, and that's when I got into improv.
And
And then I've
podcasts.
only recently podcasts and since after quarantine was over, that's when I got back into stand up. So I've been doing stand up again.
Nice. Someone dropped it in the chat like 50 times, so I figured I should ask them. It was a while back, but I remembered that.
Holy
I feel like they're trying to trick me or trap me somehow. Like, why are they asking about my activities at a certain time frame? I'm innocent.
I don't think you are. I heard that you're going around hitting people with hammers.
They, I knew it. I knew you're just like all the rest of them. This is what you do. Now
All
you're
the rest of
flip-flopping.
those females.
That's right.
Before I let you go tonight, I have a few questions. Do you think that people should phone bank for us at discord.gg/catforillinois?
I think they should. I think they should because I think it sounds like more fun than your average campaign. I bet it's more fun than telemarketing, which I did as a day job when I first moved to Los Angeles.
Rough.
Because
Yeah, you
this
did
is something
beg
that's
people for
more
money.
important. But yeah, my answer to that question is absolutely they should.
So you guys can do that at discord.gg/catforillinois. Also, Asha, send me a note. Could you ask people to donate to our campaign, please? And then we can go
gang.
to other places.
Holy cow.
Look, I don't want you to do this just because you want me to hit you in the face with a hammer. There's more to it than that. This is this is worth your time. This is a chance to build something that we should have built as a society a long time ago. This is another step on the road to making things better for more people. And I think that's a good use of your money. It's a good use of your time to get involved. It's a good use of your citizenship of the United States, which while you have it, so let's stick together. Let's take a lesson from the people that we see who are standing strong and making a difference, and all make a difference in the various ways that we can.
By sending me money.
That was implied, but yes, by sending Cat money. And I get 50%, and then it goes back to the
And then it
campaign.
goes back to the campaign. Do you have anything you
Yeah.
want to plug?
Yeah, I'll tell people that I'm doing a live stream of my own of my variety show, Varietopia. We're doing our annual St. Patrick's Day show on St. Patrick's
That's the day of
Day.
the election.
It's what? It's
The
near
day
the
of the
election?
election, yeah.
What day is
St.
There you
Patrick's Day.
go. So celebrate a victory. 7 p.m. Pacific. It's going to be a lot of great music and comedy. Varietopia.com for tickets.
Guys, go to his live stream after you vote or you tell your friends to vote, and polls will close by the time that's up. So, because that's how Pacific time works.
Perfect.
Amazing. Paul F. Tompkins, thank you so much. I can't wait to see your new strong bones after you smash them. It was a pleasure, and
My
I'll make sure your
pleasure.
name is changed in the onion rolls.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And
Bye.
good luck.
Thank you. Oh, that was so fucking sick. I mean, yeah. All right, we got a lot of donors to shout out because we have been talking. Please donate catforillinois.com/stream. You get a shout out and your name pops up. And if we hit heater meter, then we hit our second goal. We go to our second goal and then we do that. And the goal was different on both.
I know, I'm fixing it.
Okay, cool. And then you guys can decide our next thing. Last night, we were asked, someone was asking if one of our stretch goals can be me spilling tea on my Republican family. Happy to do it, but you guys got to donate catforillinois.com/stream. All right, I'm going to go down this list. I'm going to go down the first list, and then I'm going to take a break, so that way we're not just barraged by names. Sorry, it took a sec. But Donald A., John M., Kenneth C., Judson T., Michael L., Brian J., Daniel F., Shelly G., Sarah C. with 69, nice. Justin M., Brittany D. with 69, nice. Michael D., Neil P., Andrew S. with $150, thank you so much. Kurt R., John F., Nicholas B., David M., Donald A., Ryan G., Timothy H., Andrew S., John M., Kevin C., Greer T., Thomas H., and Kai L. And we'll finish the second half in just a second, because guess what? I got this in the mail at my home. National Pro-Life Alliance 2026 Congressional Candidate Survey, backgrounder and explanation of questions. Do y'all want to fill this out with me? So abortion is under attack across the country. I am from the Discord notification sound is on, I'm sorry. Sorry. So abortion's under attack around the country. 1 in 4 abortions in the Midwest is done in the Chicago area. We need to, of course, codify it federally, but that also means that we need to actually expand the court. I am partial to the idea of expanding the court with rotating justices. That way it's not the same judges on every case, but I digress. Abortion should not be political. It is healthcare. If Ben, my partner, and I want to start a family, I can't see my extended family back in Texas because if I say have a miscarriage, I could go to jail or be fined tens of thousands of dollars. And also, it's not just about miscarriages. It is about having bodily autonomy, about having the ability to not just make your own choices, but know what is right for you. This is an attack on anyone that can give birth, but specifically the misogyny in the decades-long crusade for Republicans to overturn Roe v. Wade was very purposeful, and here for it exists to control women. And one thing I want to make really fucking clear here is I do not support any term limits on abortion. I think that this should not be a controversial position. I've covered the far right as a journalist for a while, and here's what they say. They say that, well, people will be pregnant for 8 months and then just decide, I don't want the baby, and get an abortion. That doesn't happen. That is not what's happening. what the right calls late-term abortions are the worst. When it's too late to get an abortion, then, like I'm about to say, late-term abortions are usually medical and surgical interventions when someone is experiencing the worst day of their life, of a child that they wanted, that has either died or will die or suffer incredible pain, or cause the mother to die. This is truly the worst day of people's lives. Women are bleeding out in emergency room bathrooms. This is a completely invented controversy to control women. So I do not support any term limits on abortion, and I think that we need to make that the norm across the Democratic Party. That being said, let's look at this propaganda that the Pro-Life Alliance sent me and debunk it. All right. So number one, these are their explanation of questions. Please donate at caffreillinois.com/stream if you want someone that will absolutely stand for bodily autonomy and also hold the party accountable if they try to take the moderate position of restrictions on abortion, because fuck that. No, you're a Republican. Oh my God. Hi, everyone who's coming in from Hassan. All right. Thousands of underage girls faced with an unplanned pregnancy currently fall prey to the propaganda efforts of the abortion industry and lose their baby, often without the benefit of discussion and counseling, or even the prior knowledge of the girl's parents. They didn't lose the baby. They chose to not be an underage mother. It is fucking insane to me how we treat men like those GOP guys at the group chat that were like 35 that were straight up saying like Heil Hitler, and they were like, well, they're just boys. And then we're telling like a 15-year-old girl, you don't want to lose your baby. You think that she's 15. I can't believe they started off so strong with that. Often the decision to obtain an abortion is made hastily and under duress. Under current federal law, abortion clinics are not even required to inform a woman about the physical and psychological risks involved in destroying her unborn child. One thing I do love is how the right likes to paint getting an abortion like a recreational activity for liberal women. Like, it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to get my abortion today. That's not what that is. And often if you have actual access to abortions, and to birth control, you have fewer abortions in the first place, or ones that require surgical intervention. Studies show that 78% of abortion-minded mothers... Asha, what's an abortion-minded mother?
I have no clue.
Isn't your mom an OB?
My mom is an OBGYN.
Can you text her and ask what an abortion-minded mother is? Thank you. Studies show that 78% of abortion-minded mothers who see a sonogram of their baby ultimately reject abortion and choose life. That's why, although abortionists use sonograms themselves to perform abortions, they typically refuse to show the image to the mother unless forced to. Yeah, because that's manipulative, and when you are getting an abortion early on in the pregnancy, it's not a person. And instead of trying to guilt trip people, oh my God, we have a crisis pregnancy center next to our campaign office, and it is driving me crazy. I am like this close to like putting a sign in our window, or like getting like one of those like car wash, like wiggly guys, or like car dealership. That's the word. Wiggly guys that just has like a sign that's like, this is not an abortion clinic. This is a crisis pregnancy center. And like, if you are at the point where you have a sonogram and the baby is like, there is a baby that is like fully visible, like it's a late term abortion, then guess what? At that point, you are probably doing this because it is a threat to your life, or that child is dead. Female victims of abortion outnumber baby boys by as high as a 3-to-1 margin, a statistic ignored by many self-styled feminist pro-abortion advocates. I don't even know what those words meant.
Why?
And where are these statistics coming from? And also, yeah, what about the baby girls?
Yeah, it's just blatant misogyny.
They just love misogyny. Every fiscal year, countless efforts are made by pro-abortion groups and their political allies, that's me, to insert abortion funding language into nearly every federal department's budget. Yeah, maybe if you didn't deny healthcare, then we wouldn't have to be so specific about it. The RU-486 abortion drug is already being used to kill millions of unborn children. Is this... Hold on, I'm not plugged in on their Oh my fucking God. It's just mifepristone. I didn't know that's how you refer to it. Yeah, so this is for like very early abortions. It's been used to kill millions of unborn children of clumps of cells, but okay. It was licensed by skipping normal approval procedures and categorizing pregnancy as a disease. Under Presidents Obama and Biden, the FDA then obliterated the few remaining safeguards, making it available by mail. Good. This has permitted pregnant mothers to self-administer with little counsel or protection. You know what? You how dare you do this in the privacy of your own home? This thing that's going to be very, very stressful and hard on your body. But also, you know what? They wouldn't have to do that, and they could do it with medical oversight if you just made it accessible. What if we did that? The radical pro-abortion lobby realizes that the American people reject the extremist notion of abortion on demand, and that controlling the courts is the only way they can successfully advance their agenda. That's why every single state that has tried to ban abortion in their state constitution has failed, is that Americans love or hate abortion so much and hate bodily autonomy so much. Sure. God, this is pissing me off. The abortion lobby's number one priority is to pass the so-called Women's Health Protection Act. Okay, here's the thing. Actually, I'm going to go through some more names real quick before I forget. Natasha H., Gwen G., Brittany D., Nicholas E., Ed C., Brianna P., Mark W., Gear R., Brandon I., Michael E., Hudson M., John M., Evan B., Anthony B., Kevin P., Michael H., Daryl R., Diana D., Donald A., Adam B., Andrew M. with 69, nice. Mary K., Jefferson W. with $150. Thank you so much. John M., Michael G. with $200. This goes so far in a campaign like ours, y'all. We got 50 days to go. Breshvik P. with $100. Thank you. Brandon T. with 69. Nice. Christopher G., Joshua D., Christopher K. with $200. Holy cow. John M., Ivan D., Matt M., Donald A., Christopher V., John M., Wyatt J., Grant W., Luke S., Stephen F., and Danny S. And I didn't stutter once. All right. Let's get mad again. Thank you so much for donating, everyone. But whenever, like, this is something that happens so often on the right, where they're like, they want to trans all the kids. So they're going to make all the boys boys, or all the boys girls, and all the girls boys. And it's like, okay, then what? Then what happens? Like, the pro-abortion lobby, they do the abortions, and then what? What's happening? Why? What are they getting out of this? God, I hate these people. Okay. It's claimed that this would merely codify Roe v. Wade. That alone would enshrine legal protection of abortion on demand into federal law during all 9 months of pregnancy. Hell yeah. Yet in reality, it's a massive expansion of Roe. Hell yeah. Erasing federal and state laws that put even minor limits on the so-called right to an abortion, including parental intervention laws, ultrasound laws, and limits on tax funding of abortion and abortions on viable babies. All right, that's all good. Why? Okay, so first off, let's talk about parental intervention laws. Parents should not be able to force their underage child to carry a child of their own. That's just plain and simple. I do think, kids should be, in a lot of medical procedures, you need parental oversight and to make sure that you're okay. If your parents are going to force you to carry a baby to term and you are 16, you should be able to opt out of that. Huh? And you don't want that, you should be able to not do that. You are not the property of your parents. Your womb is not the property of your parents. And this is a decision that will affect the rest of your life forever. Additionally, you are 16. You're still growing. You cannot provide for yourself yet. Like, it is... Someone said it's creepy to be anti-abortion. It absolutely is. And it's creepy to be against parental intervention if any parent is willing to force their child to carry a child of their own to term. And then getting rid of limits on tax funding of abortion. Abortion's healthcare, just like gender-affirming care is healthcare. Yes, we should have universal healthcare, and those should both be covered underneath it. And then abortions on viable babies. I said this at the top, but I am opposed to any restrictions on abortion because the late-term abortions, I remember, oh my God, I did this whole thing in my reporting about post-birth abortions, which was a thing that like Newt Gingrich and Sean Hannity were spreading a lot. First off, that's not real. Post-birth abortion, that's murder. That's when... Like, are you just shoving the baby like back up a vagina? Are you returning it to a target? What is going on here? That's not real. And you need to be fucking serious for 2 seconds. Second, like I said at the top, the reason I oppose any restrictions to when you can get an abortion is because when you are having that procedure at like 7 to 8 months, it's not because things are going well or you just changed your mind. It's because something catastrophically has gone wrong and you are going through the worst day of your life, and you should not have to wait for a judge, oftentimes a man, to decide whether or not you get to live. Fuck that. So yeah, no term limits on abortion, and fuck these people. The 14th Amendment to the Constitution says that no person can be deprived of life without due process of law. By overturning Roe v. Wade, the Supreme Court recognizes that states and Congress have the power to protect the unborn, but it failed to define who is a person. That's because a clump of cells is not a person. As Susan in the chat says, once you draw a line, they'll try to move it earlier and earlier. Exactly. The Life at Conception Act would simply use Congress's power under Section 5 of the 14th Amendment to define that unborn babies are persons from the moment of conception. And I will do everything in my power to not let that happen in Congress. So donate at catforillinois.com/stream. These people are horrific. Now let's fill out this questionnaire. Asha, can you grab me a pen? Oh, thank you. All right. Would I support federal legislation giving parents the right to stop an abortion from being performed on their minor daughter, except to save the life of the mother? No. And they always say this, like, except to save the life of the mother. And they don't care about that either. You remember that woman that was in a coma that was forced to carry that baby? And the baby was delivered, and it's horrible. Like, its life is forever ruined. Like, it turns out being forced, like having your comatose mother being kept alive in a woman in a coma isn't great for fetal development. Would you support requiring a 48-hour cooling off period and mandatory counseling on the risks and consequences of abortion for people who believe they may want to have an abortion? Would you say the same thing to a dude that is trying to get like, I know it's not a straight one-to-one, but when it comes to like ED medication, like, it's so crazy that is so easy to access just for men to be able to fuck, and yet your entire body being put through a traumatic process is you need a cooling off period to decide.
Holy cow.
Fuck that. Will you vote to require that abortion providers show the mother an ultrasound image of her child before any abortion takes place? It's not a child, it's a clump of cells, and you're a manipulative fuck. Would you support legislation to outlaw so-called sex selection abortions? This is a problem more overseas, but I do think that it's probably not. You end up having, like in China, where you have a lot of, you literally can't tell the parents the gender of the child because there were so many issues with getting abortions if you were having a girl. But once again, if we're putting limits on abortion, especially in this country, it's just going to keep moving worse and worse and worse. So, I'm not going to send this in. Would you vote to prohibit the U.S. government from granting any public funds to groups that perform abortions? No. Once again, they act like all people on the left just get abortions. Like, we go get brunch, we drink a couple of mimosas, and then we get like an abortion together while we get a manicure, which of course that's what we're all doing. But I didn't know they knew about it. Asha, do you want to do that next weekend?
Yeah, sounds like a great, fun little time.
Yeah, just a fun little time. Oh my God. Would you vote to bar webcam or telemed abortions, as well as any drugs like the ones that you can get in the mail? This is the thing, is we wouldn't have to do this. We wouldn't have to have telemed abortions if people could just have access to healthcare. But also, if you want to be able to do this in your own home by yourself in the privacy of your own home, I think people should be allowed to do that. Absolutely. Do you support nominees to the United States Supreme Court and the lower federal court abortions who will uphold the constitutional right of life to every person? They're not doing that now. Like, they don't even care about, like, there's always like the whole thing of they don't care about your baby after it's born. Like, as soon as it's out, they don't give a fuck. But they also don't care about the baby now. I think about that woman all the time that was in a coma, and it's like they just care about controlling women's bodies. And like, they think that periods are gross. I remember when I launched our campaign, we didn't ask for donations for our kickoff event. We asked for people to bring pads and tampons for the Chicago Period Collective. And a bunch of people on the right were freaking out. And they were like, she got tampons? Wait, you're not going to appeal to to the men. Men aren't going to vote for you because you asked for tampons. By the way, if you're a man and you want to vote for me because of tampons, donate catforillinois.com/stream. Prove them wrong. Prove Laura Loomer wrong. But like, I think that is so, it's just such loser energy. Like, you talk about wanting to like get bitches, all that stuff, and then you're like, I can't deal with it. Everyone needs to be cooler about everything. Would you support and co-sponsor a Life at Conception Act defining that life begins at the moment of conception? I can't stress enough to you that literally everything in here, I would do everything possible in my power to ensure it doesn't happen. Additional comments. Don't say that. We're on Twitch. Anyways, that was fun. Thanks for doing this with me, guys.
I got a text from my mom back.
Oh, what'd your mom say?
My mom said, I said, what is an abortion-minded mother? And she said, I've never heard that phrase. Sounds like a totally judgmental perspective on a woman's choice, as if the only thing they had on their mind was to kill their baby. Absolutely insane.
You heard it from Asha's mom. Who would you support for president in 2028? Heater. She would be such a good president. She'd go meow, and she'd go meow, and then she'd go meow, and then there'd be world peace. Matt J was 69. Nice. See, Matt J loves tampons. Matt J loves tampons. All right, so let's talk about our schedule for this week. Oh, we got some new donors to shout out. Lisbon M, John H, Ann M, Andrew B, Donald A, Jean C, Chris S, and Ann M. Thank you so much. So we have got a bunch of stuff this week. We've got a bunch of different canvas shifts. We got some office hours. We got a knitting party again. We've got phone banks. And I really want to stress, if you feel the same sense of urgency that I do, we need your help. We have 50 days until the election, and we need your help reaching people. We've got phone banking. We've got text banking coming up. If you're in the Chicago area, please help us knock doors. And if you know folks in the Chicago area, like right now, please, pretty please, I am asking you, if you genuinely want us to win, go through your contacts, think about anyone you know that lives in Illinois, text them our website, and tell them to text it to 5 friends. We are trying to reach as many people as possible. We have 50 days to do it. APAC is coming in. I'm not going to say excited, but really interested to see the attack ads that they're making, because that was reported that APAC is coming in with attack ads. Drop your guesses below what you think they're going to be. Yeah, if you live out of state, you can phone bank. You don't have to be there. Is anything happening in Cary, Illinois? We will be doing stuff out in Cary next week, I believe. We're going to be making sure that there's an event out there as well. We're hoping to do a lot more out there in November and December with a specific focus on like McHenry County. And then I got indicted, which is a statement that I have said so many times over the past few months, and never gets old. All right. And then let's show y'all our new ad. And just so you know, you are hearing the audio. Haha, you'll see what I mean. One second. New York Post about you hanging out with Hassan incoming. Sorry, New York Post already. Can you ask Catherine if I can make fun of the New York Post article? Yeah. Thank you. I'm going to anyways. This is our new ad. So you're, oh wait, I need to put it up. One sec. So imagine this, you're watching TV. Your dad's watching TV. You hear a bunch of commercials, and then this comes on. Sorry, I'm in the way.
She said yes.
That's the whole thing. We thought it got the message across pretty well. We're going to go make fun of the New York Post. So for those of you who don't know, I have a condition called narcolepsy. I've had it since I was about 11. I was diagnosed when I was 18 because I totaled my car when I was 17, driving to school, and I fell asleep at the wheel. And I don't have a car now, although I'm medicated. I manage my symptoms really well. And last week, unfortunately, I had a sleep attack, which is basically my brain doesn't make the same chemicals or as many of the chemicals to keep you awake as they do for other people. And so I during like sometimes you just get these moments where you can't stay awake, and I've been really good throughout the campaign. Haven't had one that interfered with things, but I had one last week, and so I missed a virtual forum. I was very apologetic, and I prefer to be honest about things. And so I was just really transparent, and the right fucking freaked out, and thank God everyone took the bait about it. Oh, the Daily Mail one is so good. All right, let me zoom in. And also, I just want to say, the reason that I was also transparent about it is not just because I want to not lie. It's also because I'm disabled, as like 50% of America is. I have a chronic illness, and we had so many people after this that contacted us and said, I didn't really realize that you could run for office with a chronic illness. And we don't really talk about it. And it's part of the reason that our disability rights in America are so abysmal. And I think it's really important to have that representation front and center. So like, I'm not going to apologize for being honest about it. I have people that literally were like, you should have lied. And I was, which is crazy to me. But anyways, this is the coverage from the Daily Mail. Hey. Flaky Democrat congressional wannabe, 26, offers most Gen Z excuse imaginable after failing to get out of bed in time for important event. I like the Daily Mail because, holy cow, James C. Thanks for $420. Guys, we're so close to our goal. So my statement was really, I like the Daily Mail because they include a lot more pictures than the New York Post. So I missed this due to be narcoleptic. This virtual event was put on by George Soros. This is me with a dog that says this dog bites fascists. The Palestinian American activist has developed a reputation for flakiness and unreliability in recent weeks. It says I missed a forum on Monday. That actually was not true. That was a very complicated thing with scheduling where we were put on there. We made sure that we sent before we could confirm, but we made sure we sent a surrogate. I was wide awake and live streaming in LA with Hassan Piker at the same time. Also not true. That was the day before. And I don't know if y'all know this about chronic illness, but it's not just because I have narcolepsy doesn't mean I'm asleep all the time. Oftentimes I'm awake. Sometimes other things are happening. Also, holy cow, we hit our heater meter. Thank you so much, everyone. You can donate at cafreillinois.com/stream. Can we do 7,000 to make it even? When we hit 7K tonight, y'all will get to pick our next stream. We also still have to do the baklava stream. Yeah. So anyways, why does it keep doing this? There's me. I like how they keep mentioning I'm Palestinian. And then they talk about my case. New York Post, Zoomer congressional candidate. Move on? Okay. No, I'm good. I'm just trying to find things to talk about because we didn't plan a game today.
What?
We didn't plan a game today. Do we have a game?
You can play whatever you want.
I can play whatever I want?
Whatever you want.
Wow.
If you're knitting, you show it.
What'd you say?
I said even knitting, you can just show it.
Yeah, I'm hungry too. The virus you get from the Daily Mail is you looked at the Daily Mail. That's true. But yeah, living with chronic illness is just one thing that makes you the perfect candidate who's going to win. Oh, that's so sweet. But yeah, it's I think that it's really important to just be honest about where we're at. What do we want to play today, guys? What's my favorite activity to do to de-stress? Can you actually, I can grab my knitting. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. I like to knit. I like to cuddle with Heater. She's been really good about letting me put eardrops in her ears today. Oh, true. If you guys want a yard sign, if you live in the 9th Congressional District, you can get one at catforillinois.com/sign, and we will deliver it to you free of charge. What do I want to play? No one asks me what I want to play. Except Asha all the time. I don't know. What do I want to play, Asha?
I don't know, you've been playing a lot of Blotro.
I've been playing a lot of Balatro, but
Stray. That's from forever ago.
yeah,
I don't know if you fuck with this one.
I don't know. I want to be in the mood. Not trying to be personal here, but why do you refer to Ben as my partner instead of my boyfriend? I don't know. It feels like I'm in high school, like my boyfriend, and also I'm bi, so like I don't know, it's just easier. Do I want to play Stardew?
Holy cow.
Stardew's fun. Okay, I'll go to the mines of Stardew.
The candidates yearn for the mines.
The candidates yearn for the mines. Do I? You know when like you're hungry and then you just can't decide what you want to do about anything?
Holy cow.
Okay, yeah, I'll play Hades too.
It's always Hades.
It's always Hades too.
At the
I
end of
always
the
keep
day,
going.
It's always you.
How's everyone dealing with the snow? This is also a reason I say, even when straight people use partner, normalizes not assuming someone's partner's gender. So I also agree with that. Oh no, do we have our USB to USB-C cable, or did Arius take it? Womp womp.
Chat with
Holy cow.
Yeah, chat, what's been going on with y'all? I love that we have been doing so well on heater meters today. Yay! Yay. catforillinois.com/stream. And guys, please, please, please sign up for our phone banks. If mods could drop phone bank info in the chat, that would be great. If you've never done it before, that's okay. You don't have to have done it before. You can just do it. We have a great training. It takes 2 seconds. And we could really, really, really use your help. Like I try to stress to folks, if you want this campaign to win, like if you care about this campaign, we need to do more. And we need your help. And donations and volunteering is the best way to do it. Hi, Mal Satan. I like your name. I like this guy because he makes my axe go so fast.
Freenos with me.
Kat, can I vote for you by mail? If you are a 9th Congressional District voter, you absolutely can. I want to share a kind of bummer statistics for y'all. Let me just triple check because I want to make sure I get the number right. One moment.
Holy cow.
Boop, boop, bop, bop, boop. You know what I mean?
Yep.
In 2024, 21,623 people in the 9th District who were 40 years old and younger voted in the primary. 486,463 voters were registered to vote at the time. So the 40 and younger turnout made up only 4.44% of the total registered voters who could have voted. 4.44% to vote in the primary. I know that so much of the establishment depends on young people not coming out, but if you live in this area, especially if you like go to Northwestern or Loyola and you say, you know, like, well, I want to vote in my hometown, you spend 9 months of the year out of here and you deserve representation. We need to get young people out, and that means actually getting them to the polls, because we deserve better than this. Is there any way I can volunteer even if I'm not from Illinois? I'm a hop skip away, but I know it can be iffy. Absolutely. You can phone bank for us. You can text bank for us. You can help us on our Discord. Donate at it's like muscle memory at this point. You can do all of that at discord.gg/catforillinois or catforillinois.com/events. Please, please, please help us phone bank. Try it once. Try it once, and if you hate it, try it again maybe, but also just try it once. Can you vote early by mail? Yes. I think you kind of have to because of the concept of it, but yeah. How's that? You're doing great, Asha. Do I want froth? I want froth. Pokemon, let's go to the polls. That's true. But also, like, it's not just phone banking and text banking. One of the best ways that you can advocate for us are talking to people that you already know that are in your community. So if, like, you're in Illinois, that's so much easier. You probably know a lot of people in the 9th. That goes from Uptown to Evanston all the way to West Muskogee and then to, like, Algonquin and Crystal Lake. And so the best way you can convince someone is someone in your own life. You don't just have to knock doors on people you don't know. You can literally just text someone right now, do it, and say, hey, have you heard about this campaign? Guys, hanging out with Paul Tompkins was great. Trying to decide whether I want a pasta or to make pasta or a quesadilla after this. What do you think, Asha? The two food groups. I should have taken the rarity, but that's okay. Was there another one before this?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Percy Jackson, the one with like the kids, remember?
No.
The TV show?
No.
Are you not a Percy Jackson kid?
No. I was a huge Greek mythology kid, but I wasn't a Percy Jackson kid, weirdly. I mean, no hate on Percy Jackson kids. I just never got the chance to read it. Wasn't there like part of it that's like anyone with like ADHD, it's because they have like a God's blood in them?
It was ADHD and dyslexia for reading ancient Greek.
That rocks. Thanks, Tyler F. Donate catforillinois.com/stream. Huzzah. Yeah, so we're doing a lot of fun stuff lately. I don't like this run because I can't get any coins. Hold on. I'm actually going to undo this night and I'm going to grab a snack because I'm really hungry and being weird about it. So I'm going to put Asha in here. I'll be back in a sec. Oh, was I an Age of Mythology kid? Damn right. Y'all know me so well. Tales of Greek Heroes.
Do you want to throw out the thing you made up there?
Huh? Oh yeah, I'll throw this up.
Hey, Chatterino. Ooh. Oh.
You okay?
Oh my god, everything just stopped. Okay. Sorry, I look kind of like insane today. Hi! Guys, everybody donate at catforillinois.com/stream. If you like how I look bald. I've low-key been thinking... I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about shaving my head. Not because I think it would look good, but because I'm very... Oh, yay! You found your note. Oh my god, yay! I'm so glad. I'm so glad that it was in the envelope. I'm so glad. I don't remember what I was saying is what happened. Wait. Did anybody like the D&D stream? How did you guys feel about it? I worked so hard on it. Yes. I'm so glad, Dom. Thank you. How much of the D&D stream was ad-libbed? All of it. I planned a couple of things. I had like the stat blocks up for the monsters, and I had the name of the town, but I didn't have anything else. Yes, I got the character, including Poop Man. He wasn't Poop Man until we started playing. And that's Bible. And that is true, and I mean it. It was a fun watch. I don't like D&D, but I hope y'all had fun. Thank you. It was fun. It was a blast. Oh, I'm so glad, guys. I worked so hard on it. For me. I love D&D so much. And it was the craziest moment of my life. Like, I stopped. The players did bring it. They did incredible. I'm so proud. Shout out to Francis. Shout out to Andre. Shout out to Arius. And shout out to Kat, most of all. They did absolutely insanely well. Drunk heater moments. I was also not expecting that. I didn't have that voice prepared. I didn't know what was going on. But it was good. I love D&D so much. Would you guys ever host a D&D community event? Yes. Things are getting so hectic with the election. I would love to be a part of that. I don't know in what capacity it will happen, but I will do my best. A Super Bowl stream. I wish, I think it's very illegal to restream the Super Bowl, but I think that's awesome. Is this campaign heater merch? No, but it is very cute, is it not? Puppy Bowl stream. Real. What was I talking about? Oh my god, yeah, not to get sappy, but I was like, I was thinking about stream the other day, and I was like, wow, that's so crazy that my hair is what I was talking about. Thank you so much, Maya. You can always get me back on track. This is why Kat is the goat. This is why Kat is the candidate and not me. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. Do you guys ever get nervous about, like, why, like, you'll never be able to do something? I think about that all the time of, like, what if I never go bald? Like, what if I'm never bald? What then? Somebody donate at catforillinois.com/stream, please. I haven't heard anything. Nothing from Act Blue. And that's so sad to me personally. catforillinois.com/stream. But yeah, I don't need to get Asha to shave her head. What the hell, sir? Just streaming, watching the Super Bowl. Maybe. Honestly, if I'm going to be so honest, they're probably going to be canvassing during it. Thank you so much for the holy cow. Thank you, Megan P, for $26. The only person who cares about me on stream. Amen. It's very overrated, the going bald thing. Okay. That's actually good to know. You raised 10K playing D&D. That's never been done in the history of politics. I was thinking about that. If you had told me this time last year that I would get to play Dungeons & Dragons for an audience of 700 people and raise $10,000 for a progressive candidate who I truly believe in while doing it, and I'm playing with some of my closest friends, I would have never believed you. Like, it is just the craziest sentence in the world, and I'm so, like, eternally grateful. No, if you are yeah, thank you, Maya. Maya's already on it. You cannot donate unless you are a U.S. citizen. But yeah, so I thank you guys so much for that opportunity. It was so much fun. I love playing D&D so much. I urge you guys, if you don't play, it is a great way to get connected and build a community for yourself, to find a group of people to play Dungeons & Dragons with and just kind of role play and be silly. Everybody, a lot of people talking about receding hair in the YouTube chat. I'm very glad. A side shave. Okay, maybe I'll consider a side shave. I just, like, the only reason I ever want to shave my head is the idea that, like, there's a chance that I'll never shave my head in my life. And, like, that makes me scared. Like, what if, like, I feel like I should do it. Yeah, YouTube chat is always off one, but I love them. I was hanging out there today. Exactly. If there's any time to do it, now is the time to shave my head, I feel like. But, yeah. All right. Hi. Cat's back. Ready? Mm-hmm. Got snack? Fantastic. Thank you, Kirk M, for the $32. No, if you are outside Illinois, you can absolutely donate at catforillinois.com/stream. And even bigger, you can help us phone bank.
Do y'all like heater? Ben got me her for Christmas. All right, Hades 2. Let's go. Is that a cat dog plushie? No, it's a heater plushie.
Peter plushie.
Holy cow. Thank you, Justine B, for $32. If y'all want to donate, you can donate at catforillinois.com/stream. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Holy cow, Violet S, thank you so much for $200. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we are 50 days from the campaign, from the election. And this is a very Democratic district. So it's probably going to be a, like the Democratic nominee is probably going to win the general. And it's that means that we can push the party left here, which is really exciting. Huh? Gotcha. And wait, did I see? No, I didn't. And so we're trying to win this thing, but also AIPAC is trying to buy this. It is fucking crazy how much money AIPAC is putting into this race when they swore they wouldn't, which of course we definitely believed. What do I want? Yeah. It's guys, we have to win this. I feel like one of the problems I have in this race is I feel a sense of urgency that, thank you, Taylor T, that a lot of leaders don't. I was the only person in this race to announce my candidacy before the incumbent retired, which I felt like I could make a change, and so I wanted to. And so I decided to run when I felt like I needed to. And I didn't wait for permission. I didn't ask for permission. I didn't wait in line. I think that's one of the most toxic parts of our politics. And I always want to ask people across the country that wait in line, if you really feel like you are the best candidate, why did you wait? Right now, it's one of these times like what we were talking about with Paul earlier, Paul, if you will. If now is not the time for true progressive action, when is? We've tried the moderation thing over and over and over again. We've kept moving to the right, and where has it gotten us? It's gotten us here. Half measures and piecemeal legislation has resulted in us sliding into fascism. And so we want to win this because this isn't a promotion for us. You know, this isn't like the next step on the political ladder. I don't want to be in Congress forever. I want to get in, do some good, get some fascists out, and then go back home to hanging out with Heater and reporting on the right. But to win, holy cow, John B, thank you for $150. But your donations are going to help us win that. That means that, you know, for our text banking and our phone banking, every one of those calls and texts costs money. And the good news is that they have a really great rate of return in the money that they generate for, or the IDs that they generate for us. People say that they're going to vote for me, and we are able to, I think it's like 1 out of every less than 11 doors is a positive ID for our campaign. People say that they're voting for us, but we need the people to actually reach folks, because a lot of people don't even know that there's a midterm primary coming up. March is so early. And so to be able to reach those people, we need your help. Please donate at catforillinois.com/stream. And please, please volunteer. Costs zero money to volunteer for y'all. It costs money for us. But donate at catforillinois.com/stream and volunteer at discord.gg/catforillinois. If you don't want to use Discord, you could also go to catforillinois.com/events. Also, please, right now, at this moment, find your friends in Chicago, text them and say, hey, have you heard about this campaign? Are you registered to vote? And can you send this to 5 other friends? Do that right now. Tell me if you've done it in the chat and I'll shout you out. Like, you could lie about it, but you'd feel bad, so don't lie about it. Question, I feel like this administration's game plan is obviously to escalate into some calling some emergency thing and call off elections. Am I tripping? No, that's absolutely the case. And they want to normalize seeing jackbooted thugs standing around, so that way when they're at the polls looking over your shoulder as you cast your vote, you don't feel like it's strange. And it is. That's not normal. That's not how things are supposed to work. I think that it's not enough anymore to just say abolish ICE, and it's not enough to just say you'll vote against ICE spending. We need a willingness to hold the party accountable. I think the 7 Democrats that voted for more ICE spending this past week should not just be publicly shamed by the party, but the party should actively fund their primary opponents. But right now, that's not going to happen. I know that after we win, because we'll be able to use our resources to get more progressives elected, I am happy to help those primary opponents win. We need people that can communicate, people that are consistently on the front lines. We were the first ones to declare our candidacy. We were the first ones to be actively protesting ICE. We were the first ones to call for the impeachment of Trump. And if you want more of the status quo, then I'm probably not the candidate for you. But if you want someone who will change things, who will do things differently, and who will, I tell people that don't listen to what I say, watch what I do. And I will put everything I can on the line to protect my community. So donate at catforillinois.com/stream. Please volunteer for us. Please help us phone bank. If you've got time to watch stream, you got time to phone bank at discord.gg/catforillinois. If you got time to lean bank, you got time to phone bank. What's a phone bank? You basically, you can do this from anywhere. You can do it from your room. And we have software that you connect to. It's super easy, and it will connect you with voters in the district. And you tell them about our campaign. You ask if they know about the election. You ask if they know who they're supporting. And you tell them why you're supporting us and why they should as well. How does Heater feel about the plush version of herself? She cuddles with it, and it's really cute. Should have done this on a higher heat. I feel like I'm cruising through. Someone was talking about Jimmy Carter in the chat, and it's so crazy that, like, in my family growing up, it was like he was like the worst president you could have. And obviously we feel very differently now. But I think it's super cool that one of the first things Jimmy Carter did was pardon any draft dodgers in Vietnam. Based as hell. Oh, yay. Do people question the callers, like about why someone from out of state is calling them about it? Sometimes, but a lot of people realize that, you know, if they don't want to talk to you, they'll be usually be pretty polite. But because it's like an actual human being on the phone, you're saying, you know, I'm here to, I'm calling because I support this campaign. I want to make sure this person wins. People usually want to hear about that, especially because things are so bad right now. If elected, what are the first 3 things you would do for your constituents? Fantastic question. First off, I want to upgrade constituent services. This office is known for its constituent services. So we want to keep on anyone from the constituent services office that would like to stay. We would also want to institute a chat feature to make it easier to access constituent services, because it is 2026. People don't like leaving voicemails into the void. We also... So fun talking about plans while battling Cryptus. And we also want to do a public services campaign. So these are things you can do no matter who the president is, because there's always money set aside for constituent services. And I want to ensure, just like we do with the campaign, working with mutual aid and direct action organizations on the ground, that we are able to help meet the people's material needs that have been hurt by Trump. Because a lot of times when you call a constituent services office, the answer you will get is... you know, call the city or call the state. And that's not necessarily their fault, but we have a lot of people that'll need help, and we want to make sure we're as accessible and as receptive as possible. Phone bank for you again today. Thank you so much. Additionally, I would introduce articles of impeachment immediately. I, frankly, the argument that, well, we don't have the Senate is a moot point to me. I think that we should be working for the world we want to see rather than, looking for the world we want to see. And I think that when you do something bad, you should be held accountable for that. And additionally, I think that we should be investing more, holding the party accountable in terms of, how we're using our resources. I am not going to vote for any Speaker of the House that doesn't commit to supporting the Block the Bombs Act, that doesn't commit to banning stock trading, while also, banning stock trading while also forcing members of Congress to sell their stocks, because right now a lot of the bipartisan support for banning stock trading does not require them to sell their stocks, because that's what being a crook means. So those are the first 3 things I would do. I do have bipartisan ideas that I think that we can get movement on, that don't require a majority. I can't do that. Okay. Like AI regulation. So I want to ensure that we pass the No Fakes Act. I want to ensure that we are like when your phone asks for cookies, that instead we create legislation that forces websites and companies to ask for you to opt in to using, we got a raid, thank you, to opt in to their data being used to train AI models. Additionally, I think that we need to ensure that data centers are held accountable, applying make polluters pay to data centers and the effects that they do on communities. You're talking about individual stocks? Yes. Cats against cookies, new attack ad dropping. And, you know, in the Trump's big bullshit bill, one of the few things that even Republicans were like, Jesus Christ, man, we're not going along with that, is saying that states couldn't regulate AI for 10 years. So I truly think this is something that we can get bipartisan support on. I also want to get AI the fuck out of schools. There are currently 0 federal regulations for AI, by the way. Why no AI in schools? Because they're essentially plagiarism machines that are just trained on faulty ideas. They're a word guesser. They're just figuring out the next word in a statement. The amount of AI psychosis that we have now is absolutely ridiculous. The sheer rates of suicide, especially among teenagers, have shot up. AI in schools do not teach children, they ruin their education. I don't think it's right that children are being used as guinea pigs for billionaires to test their shitty products on. Would you work on drafting legislation to end qualified immunity for law enforcement and these paramilitary groups? Absolutely. And look, I mean, we showed our prosecute ICE ad earlier. We need trials for ICE. We also need to ensure that any of the information that is being stored in these Palantir databases is not just destroyed, but anyone that has been collecting that information is held accountable. It's dangerous. It's un-American if we're talking about ideals and not how our country actually behaves. And I think that it's not enough to abolish ICE. We need reparations for what they have done to our communities. Someone said that, and this is not to judge you, that AI makes teachers' jobs easier. I think instead of encouraging teachers to use a flawed tool that can just give blatantly wrong information, we should be hiring more teachers and raising their salaries. We should be ensuring that teachers and their unions are protected. We should be ensuring that they can do their jobs and also don't have to go into debt for the rest of their lives to be able to teach the next generation. It is absolutely pathetic that one of the most noble professions you can have is so underpaid. And if more people are able to be teachers, then we would have fewer issues with overcrowding in schools, of student to teacher ratios. I don't know. We just deserve better. Everyone does. I also would love to create legislation that forces companies to allow people to opt out of their AI. I am so sick of just being given AI tools that I did not ask for and do not want. No, Gemini, I don't want you to finish my email. Rude. Huh? Okay. Donate at cafeillinois.com/stream if this all sounds good to y'all. What's your position on the multiple internet censorship bills? I think they're bad. I don't think they're there to protect children. If you actually wanted to protect children, you would ensure that companies are being held accountable for the blatant mis and disinformation that they're allowing to exist on their platforms. You would ensure that, ooh, hell yeah. You would ensure that they, sorry. You would ensure that kids have everything they need to have access to mental health resources and also quality education, no matter their zip code. If you actually gave a damn about children's safety, then you wouldn't be having gym coaches checking their genitals before they go into a sports game. So, yeah, fuck that.
I also have donors whenever you have a second. Like
Cool. I'll do it after this game. It's almost at the top.
Also, I'm making really thin progress on like
Yeah, I did not ask you to untangle the yarn, but this is so nice of you. Thank you. That'll be another donor hat. Someone said, in my opinion, telling teachers they can't use AI is the equivalent that that now that computers are here, you can't use those. You have to use chalk and erasers. I would completely disagree. What we are seeing with how AI is damaging our communities and also just like doesn't give good information. It is not at a place where where it can reliably deliver information that actually educates people. It's just not there. And so instead, allowing teachers to do their job because they're paid enough to survive, because they can rely on other teachers as well, because student to teacher ratios are much fairer, I think is way better than saying you have to use this plagiarism machine. Otherwise, you or you'll have to be overworked. That's just bullshit. How's sound, by the way, guys? Is that right? Yay. Donate catforillinois.com/stream.
Holy cow.
Love a good holy cow. Thank you, Maria G. How long stream going on? Probably till after this game. Yeah. Okay. Been a long day. Is there any way I can donate with a message as well? No, but you can donate and put it in chat. Who signed up to Phone Bank this week? Raise your hand in chat. God, this music slaps. Don't you want to elect a real gamer to Congress? Sign up to Phone Bank and donate catforillinois.com/stream. All right. I see I'll have door knocking tomorrow in Wilmette, and I'm off tomorrow. Should I come up? Absolutely. Yay. Okay, cool. I had to be locked into there. Yeah, fun fact, Wilmette is home to one of only, I'm not sure if it's 7, but Baha'i temples. It's the only one on this continent. Can we suggest people to have on stream? You can always suggest them. No promises that we'll get them. But if you know someone cool that you want to see on stream, tell them to reach out. Someone said I've been feeling I've been thinking about it, but I'm feeling a little bashful being out of district. I mean, look, we all know that the Illinois district lines make a lot of sense and should be followed religiously. But yeah, please come out and hang out with us. It's do or die time. Just because I won't be your congresswoman doesn't mean that my decisions won't affect your life. Help us win. Will there be door knocking in Cary, Illinois? Yes, there will be, I believe, next week. Hades 2 is so much fun. Drop your best guesses for what Apex attack ad about me is going to be. I think it's going to be about my evil attack cat.
I think it's gonna be about the fact that you're Palestinian and so obviously an insane.
Oh, yes, because I'm Palestinian. Fun fact, Palestinians aren't human.
What do you think the scary photo? Use that photo of Zoran. What do you think the scariest photo of you can find?
So my scary photo is the one of me in fishnets, because for women we can't be scary, but we can be whores. Didn't you think about that, Asha? And it's 2026. We can't have a woman living in sin. Probably gonna say you're a terrorist. It'll just be like my childhood. Kaya Gate with heater. Everyone knows heater wears the pants in this house. Can you imagine her in little pants? Oh my god. She'd be so cute. Yay, I got all the things. They'll find a picture of you eating watermelon as a kid and say you were indoctrinated at a young age. Fun fact, I don't really like watermelon, so no, they won't. It just feels like eating nothing to me, you know? What's everyone's most controversial food take? A golden opportunity. Chocolate's overhyped. Ketchup belongs in the trash. You're like my brother. He's like scared of ketchup. Bananas are disgusting. I love bananas, but I'm allergic to them. It's a really sore spot for me. Berries are weird? What does that mean?
Just saying anything.
Just saying anything. How many boons do I have? Yeah, sure. Cool. I also don't like cucumbers. Like, you know that thing that people lie about when they're like, cilantro tastes like soap to me? That's, which is fake.
I think that's real.
I'm going to gaslight anyone that says that. That's how I feel about cucumbers, though. I straight up, like, it's disgusting to me. I try a cucumber and I gag. I know. My life is so hard. Well, I got rid of all those boons for nothing, for money. You have the cilantro gene? I don't believe you. That's the thing. And it's not like I like a cucumber lotion, you know, like it smells good. And I want to like it. I imagine it's so refreshing. But just, I can't. Cilantro does taste like soap to me, but sometimes you want to eat soap without getting sick. Sure, bud. There is a cucumber line Gatorade that's so gross. Like, I'm sorry, I cannot endorse this treachery. Are pickled cucumbers okay? No, and I love pickled anything, but I just don't like pickled cucumbers. Yeah, like I don't like pickles. But I pickle onions all the time. I love pickling stuff. And I love vinegar. I love pretty much vinegar in any form except pickled cucumbers. Cucumbers are evil zucchini. I know that's right. I prefer soft soap. It's got the best flavor. Drop more of your hot food takes. These are fun. Yeah, what was I gonna say on this? Someone did mention something about cucumber vodka. The one example of cucumbers that I did like, I went to a Mexican cooking class with my mom, and they made this really good spicy margarita, and the cucumbers were just there to make sure it didn't get too spicy. Like, you couldn't taste them, and there was like a lot of cucumber in there. But yeah, that was good. And I was very, very hesitant because I'm a baby. I totally forgot that I had an Omega cast. Also, someone said Hassan said something about my narcolepsy. What did he say? Oh, this is gonna hurt my feelings. Yeah, that's fine. I'm ready for Congress. Someone says I don't like raw carrots, but carrots cooked are great. I feel the same way about tomatoes. That was fun. Thanks for killing Typhon with me, guys. That was a blast. Why do so many people in here hate ketchup? Get over yourselves. It's fine. I know. I'm just going down here so I can exit out the game and then read some donies.
Last chance to get a shout out.
Last chance to get a shout out. Donate at catforillinois.com/stream. How many siblings do you have? I have one older brother. He's great. His name is Salem. My classmate in high school had an uncle who dipped Oreos in ranch. Bro, that's gross. I'm sorry. I try not to judge, but that's nasty. All right. So we got some donors to shout out. Matt J with 69, nice. Donald A, Rustin F, Scott J, Jason W with 69, Haynes C with $420. W Haynes in the chat, that's Hanes. Peter I, Robin A, Troy O, Michael C, Roberto O, Joel S, Tyler, Kirsch. Did you misspell Chris? Or is it Churs? Chris M, Megan P, Jeremy C, Kirk M, John M, Donald A, Justine B, Jonathan D, Violet S with $200. Thank you so much. Taylor T, John B with $150. Thank you so much. Shane S, Donald A, Rob T with $100, and Mawira G. Guys, thank you. Really, we are so excited. We have 50 days till the election starting tomorrow. We can win this, but we need your help. Please help us phone bank this week. I'll show you all the calendar just one more time. If you have any friends that are not sure about me, we have a lot of opportunities to meet me this week. We've got a lot of Canvas launches if you're in the area. We've got business Canvas launches. So if you don't want to knock doors, you can go to businesses and be like, hey, do you want to put this sign in your window and put this lit on your counter? And we've also got phone banks. So please join us. We would really appreciate it. And I'd love to see you this week.